to use that to stream thing.
All right, we're gonna get things started. As kills? Okay. If you miss, you miss. You don't get any kills that night. Okay, 9-0. Everyone put your heads down. Go to sleep. Mafia, please put your heads up. Mafia, who would you like to kill first? Mafia, who would you like to kill first? Mafia, who would you like to kill second? Mafia, go to sleep. Cop, heads up. Cop, who would you like to check first? Cop, go to sleep. Medic, heads up. Medic, who would you like to save? Medic, go to sleep. Vigilante, heads up. Vigilante, would you like to come on first night? Vigilante, go to sleep. Everyone wake up. Except for Charlie.
Fuck you guys! Alright, good job, Medic. Yeah, Medic. That's some good shit, Medic. Who's gonna mic right here?
And day one begins.
Okay.
I think one thing to take away from this. Oh, is everything good?
Yeah, no, we good.
Okay. I think the first kill took a bit longer, right? So I think there was some egos in play. I'm like, it just because all the rounds are usually pretty. What?
No, I have got.
Can he at least finish this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is just
Talk
like.
for like 3 seconds.
Alan.
I didn't do it last game and then I get called out as Mafia already, so I'm trying to give some information now. It's just that, can you all shut the fuck up? So it just seems like some egos are at play. All right, thanks. That's it.
I just can't believe Mafia keeps making the same mistake of killing obvious people that are obvious medic saves. I don't understand it. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
Well, that's one thing. Just to comment on that, I mean, we have a pretty big circle, and having seen a lot of games from a third-person perspective, it does sometimes take a while to like figure out who they're pointing at and whatnot. So that's something to keep in mind. But I wouldn't like ride really hard on that, especially on day one. Like if it keeps happening day 3 in a row, then like maybe. But
I actually, the reason I reacted so strongly there is because I agreed with the premise and reached exactly the opposite conclusion. That I think between the fact, but the two things together, between the fact that it took so long and the kills were obviously Charlie and somebody else who was likely going to get medic saved. Like that screams
sure it
new
was
Mafia
Charlie?
to me.
What the fuck? I mean, go on. Are you okay?
Yeah. Sir Action Flex is sitting to my right, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we're aware of Charlie.
And
was a
LD
killer.
is left. Okay, got it.
Go
Good job.
on. All right, yeah, you're well, so what I wanted to ask is who are the likely candidates for a medic save?
I think you are.
no, not me anymore, dude. Come on.
Dude, you played.
You actually re-elevated.
Ken played really well. I think it's not.
You saved 2 people in the last game, and the other thing I want to add on is that I got completely screwed last game by medic save. So, yeah.
Are you getting screwed again this game
No.
by medic saves, Greg?
No, we're winning.
I'd like to add Chobra as a possible medic save as well.
I think I was gonna say me and Chobra. I actually think less Ken, but some people do know he's played a lot. So, I mean, I think it could have been Chobra as well because he had that ridiculous game yesterday. I think less likely. I don't think Kev's a bad town, but he hasn't had like a crazy game.
He's really good on day 2.
Okay.
I actually think saving Ken first night is not really obvious because he's probably either going to die first night because we're going to lynch him, or you only know you don't know what type. No, because you've played. I don't think so either because you've played very different games in the last few games you've played. You've played really good Mafia, really bad town, and then really good town. So you don't really know what type of play you are until like the first day is over. So I don't think it's an easy kill / save.
Do you mind if I talk? Sorry. All right, so this is my first
It's been a while.
How is he alive?
No. All right. So this is my first time playing town, so I have, like, legitimately.
Is it really?
Yeah, so my legitimate first time playing town. So let's go over with the facts that we have so far.
You were Mafia every single time?
I had one town, and that's when I did the whole Nahaz thing, but that was a really bad move, so please forget that game. All right, anyway. So, okay.
Let him talk.
All right, so let me talk. So I know I'm fucked. You guys already all want to kill me. So my deal as a town, my best play is to try to get as much information as I can for this first round while I'm still alive. The two most likely people to save, I have to agree, Chobra and LD. Those are your best bets. Hotbid is tricky, and he's all that, but he might still be alive because he's a Mafia. We don't know all that, but I know that Chobra and LD are the number one guys they want to put out. Let me talk about first impressions from what I've seen so far. Yet again, a lot of quiet people from the quiet people. We've seen quiet, quiet, quiet. First, demand to talk.
Yeah, come on, Slacks.
Well, hold on,
I've
hold on,
just
hold
had the mic
on.
pass round.
Demand to talk from the Haas, and he never does that when he's Mafia. No. Okay, all right. When he's Mafia, he's not clamoring at the mic to be the first person to talk.
I actually am always clamoring.
Okay. He looks like he is. All right, whatever. He looks like he is, but whenever he's Mafia, he usually takes a little bit of time to wait for the microphone. Then he grabs it, then he does the whole spiel. But he gets much more excited when he's Town, I think. So that was my first impression of him. Pimp is trying to talk, obviously. I don't know how I feel about him, but he wants to talk. And then
Someone else to talk. Honestly,
first impressions.
we are wasting so much time.
I'm not. Okay.
If we don't have a better option, we kill Slacks at the end of the day.
No. Go ahead. Go
You're
ahead.
dead, you're dead.
I am literally Town, and I'm just trying to talk as much as I can.
I'm not saying he's Town, but this does feel different from when we were Mafia together 2 games ago.
No, I don't think it does.
I definitely don't. As much as I want to fucking kill Slacks every game because I can't read him.
We'll come back to
He's
Slacks
an amazing
later.
actor.
Let's
Come back to him later.
come back to
Let's talk
Slacks
about
later.
other people.
Slacks is
I'm dead anyway.
Slacks is a very he's a very scary player. And no matter he wants you to think that he's not, but honestly, it's very scary. So even that's the case. I actually want to kill Alan.
Okay.
I'm down.
Because
Holy shit.
one, the reason why is because when watching him play Mafia, I feel like he's got it in his head that the more emotional he gets, the more likely he stays alive. And he's very emotional right from the get-go. And even if he is Town, he takes up a lot of time. No offense, Alan, but take up a lot of time. So I honestly it's like too over the top for me. That's what I think.
So
I might be wrong. I'm not like.
So you think
I want to build on what Ken is saying because I believe. Stop. Stop. I believe that I watched both the games where I wasn't actually in the game. I got 9-0 killed or something. The first game, I thought it was really obvious to me, obviously usually is as a spectator, that Nahaz was Mafia because he was really laid back, right? I think he was actually more quiet than normal. But I agree with that because I think in the second game, he actually got a lot more animated, right? And I feel like this is a build-up, right? We're ramping up.
So he's like, this is the game I want, so this is the game where I played best.
Can I
But I would
talk because I'm being accused by multiple
I mean, you have to hear all the accusations before you actually try and counter anything.
So first of all, the reason I think you guys are way overemphasizing these arguments about playing differently from game to game. If I've learned one thing this weekend, you learn a lot every game you play. And it's not like we're all professional players here. It is totally rational for people to be changing their play styles from game to game. And I think we're spending a lot of time, that's like the primary offensive line that people are taking against someone, is they're playing differently from last game. Reads, guys, I played a lot of poker in my life. I'm not great at reading, but tells are not that logical. Tells are highly contextual. They aren't, a tell is not you acting differently from necessarily from how you played in the past. It's you doing something that's almost uncontrollable. Me being emotional or not is not a tell. I am an emotional person. Have you ever seen me at a goddamn LAN desk?
So I want to ask your first, to me, it feels like your argument kind of changed from the beginning to the end there, because at first you were like, people will change their play no matter what. And then at the end you were like, me being emotional is not me changing anything. But let's go with the first point.
Okay.
Is that, so if you were to change it randomly just to mix things up, what's the benefit of becoming more emotional ever? No matter what role you are.
Because I have ADHD and I am an emotional person.
I think if you're emotional, people believe you more.
No, I don't. The thing is, okay, the way I play this game, I play every game as Town. I don't think about, am I going to be, it's not calculated, am I going to be more or less emotional, though. The ironic thing is I actually expected to get a couple of free Mafia wins this weekend, wins as Mafia, because every time I played as Mafia at TI, I was actually drunk off my rear. And so I actually came into this, and everybody was like, oh God, Nahaz is horrible Mafia, Nahaz is horrible Mafia, and I was kind of like, okay, fine, which is, the only reason I really am 4-1. But I do think I am. I do think I am very good Town. I think I'm better Town than I am Mafia, and I am Town this game. And I don't know why. I completely reject this bullshit criticism. Oh, Nahaz takes too much time. I am 4-1 at this event.
I don't think going into win rates is going to yield anything. I'm sorry. This is
I was directly criticized. I was directly criticized based on a weakness in my game.
My MMR is 322.
I'd rather see elo shifts over time than win rates.
Okay, just one thing. I just want to hear what Owen thinks of Nahaz, because in the game I produced, Owen had incredibly good reads, even though he doesn't talk a lot. Like his reads are usually pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nahaz is a good kind of target to probe, kind of at the early stages of the game. So I'm kind of on board with the way people direct him. I'll be honest, I haven't got a clear read on him. I've been kind of watching people's reactions whilst he's talking, just to see if there's any kind of alignment with anyone else. And I've noticed whilst he has been talking, Cap, Greg, and K-pop have both been kind of zoned out for some of it. I don't know if this means anything, but I've found before, if you look at people, when someone's talking, that they do have an alignment, they have this kind of tendency to zone out. They don't look around the room because they don't want to try and, carry on.
So you think that's a Mafia tell?
Potentially, yes.
Okay, because I'm not disputing that. I think for some people it is, but Ben was totally zoned out, like most of
us.
But
yeah, I noticed that as well, but then I was like, okay, I've had a game before where I read Ben like that. I think it was the one where you were in it as well, where you pointed out me and Melini being the quiet ones, and we were totally wrong. I was in Mafia, Ben was in Mafia. It was just the way that Ben plays sometimes, so I don't think we could read anything for the way Ben did that. And as I said, the three guys there going along with Nahaz, if Nahaz is going to be Mafia, I think there's some kind of alignment. And also they kind of made the quick kind of you were smirking at like the shit jokes as well that weren't really very funny, but you guys were laughing, which is it's an easy way to kind of go, I'm just joining in with the conversation. But no one else was doing that. No one else was making a reaction. It was just these three.
Me and Alan literally have already disagreed like 3 times this game. Yeah. So I don't understand why.
That's something that's going to happen.
Okay, can I just say one thing? It actually was hilarious to me because I was on Alan's team when he was really drunk. He made a fuckload of noise at night at a TI game. Got insta-lynched the next day because Charlie heard him and called him out. And then they found Cap really early. So we were, instead of 4 Mafia with 2 kill power, 2 Mafia with 1 kill power. From a 10v2 scenario, we ended up winning. No till.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, there's a whole ridiculous story of
it's just
what happens.
Sorry.
I also just remember Nahaz after the No Mafia game, actually almost killing Hotbid.
Okay.
And so I had that image in my head.
All right, great.
Where is that video?
Can we move on from Nahaz? I think we've gotten a lot of information from Nahaz. OD made some great points about a lot of other people that we can question. My final word on him is that I still think that he's down, but I agree with Hotbit. I think he talks too much. If we have to get rid of somebody besides me, which you're going to get rid of first night, you probably should, because Mafia's going to do it anyway, but I don't know. I mean, not Hotbit. Owen.
How am I? Okay.
All right, Anyway, so yeah, keep me, whatever you want. So anyway, let's talk about what Owen wanted to talk about. Let's get focused. The guys who haven't talked, can we hear some words from the people that haven't said anything yet, please?
Maud has Maud Cheever, Wash.
Oh, sorry, Maud, yeah. Maud's been
Yeah, I mean, well, I just wanted to talk. I feel like Nahaz, there was an instance in the game before when Slacks and Nahaz were both Mafia. Like, when somebody calls him out and, they say something really strange, like when Slacks said, okay, Nahaz, he called both of them Mafia, Slacks and Nahaz, at the beginning of the game, which Slacks pointed out. Nahaz was dumbfounded. He said nothing. That's one of the things I want to point out. When there's something crazy, Nahaz will not say anything about it. He'll just stop talking for a second and have, a dumbfounded reaction on his face. It is. It is a completely different situation.
Do you believe that is relevant to this situation?
No, I'm just pointing it out. I'm just trying to go through my own thought process. I also I don't like Slacks being alive because he's so crazy and such a wild card that it's mind-boggling. We've had 2 or 3 games where he's completely destroyed us, especially in that last game that I played.
Well, yeah, okay.
So I'm just throwing that out there that if you want to go, we should just at least keep an eye on him more. I mean, I've said that every game, so I don't know it's like a broken record now.
You're not talking. You're not talking. No, because we are talking.
Please let them talk.
Yes. Okay, so first I want to say that some people, and I would imagine including Ben, not so much, but some people prefer to listen while staring at something that doesn't distract them, so they can only listen, so that you're totally focused on what a person is saying and trying to figure out if something is not logical or something like that. So that's the reason why people might be zoned out. So I'm not sure how much I want to read into people not actually looking at the person that is talking, because that's what people do. Second, what I noticed when I was modding the first game today, when Nahaz was Mafia, sorry to go back to Nahaz, but I just want to point out real quick that it wasn't animate. Like I noticed that you were Mafia. Obviously, I knew. So there's because I was seeing who was Mafia, so it's easier to judge then. But I feel like when you're Mafia, when you're not actually talking, you are way more animated with your hands when you're not talking. So in terms of responding to what people say. Okay, so like when someone else is talking, not actually saying something, like you just are way more like animated when you're in your non-verbal responses, if that makes sense. But that's the only observation I have so far. I've been mostly just looking at people and.
I don't want to talk about him.
Okay.
Anyone else you can talk about? We're done with Nahaz. Nobody mentioned Nahaz. The arguments have been made. Move the fuck on. Anybody else?
What the hell is happening to you?
I'm freaking Town.
I agree that Slacks.
He's playing 100% correct. I'm Town. I need to move on because I know I'm dead, and this is my only opportunity to get information.
Okay, so I think that Pimp is playing the Town person that he normally does, so I'm kind of confident that he is Town. I'm not sure about LD because he hasn't been as vocal as he was, for example, first round previous game where he was already marked as obvious Town by a lot of people purely because of the way he played and that he is normally obvious Town. But I'm also kind of thinking that he might be the one that's saved by the medic because he is an obvious kill as well, so not yet. LD.
Oh, LD, okay.
So, no, so not yet judging that based on one day, but that's basically all my read so far.
I feel like the more, I mean, this is just a hunch, but like the more experienced players like LD and such would not be Mafia in this game just because Charlie seems like such a bad pick for the first snipe kill. And I feel like they would go for maybe like a mid-tier, like Townie or something like that.
How is my game getting flamed this hard? Like, what?
Well, I'm not flaming you.
You're not getting even.
Nahaz, we are done. We are done. Stop. We are done. We are done. We're moving on to anyone but Nahaz.
Slack still scares me, and he's coming out like very early on. I think like if anything, he's a good safe backup, and he might be trying to do another next level thing by being like, hey, I'm gonna die anyway, and then he ends up like not dying because we just keep ignoring him again. But the same thing goes with Nahaz. It also is like. Since he gets emotional, it does throw everyone off and it gets harder to read. Though I am leaning on the side of Town for him since he's getting very defensive. I know he plays that same way for Mafia, but the thing I noticed was when the cards got handed out, he was playing the same way that he does as Town, where he's
No more Nahaz.
No more Nahaz.
No more.
Okay.
Anyone but him. No more.
I'd like to talk about Slacks. I think he's very Town. I think that people shouldn't play off of the fear because I really felt like watching the games where he wasn't Mafia. I thought it was very clear that he was Town because he was playing a lot more serious, right? The first 3 games, he was Mafia, I think. And he did the whole, hey, what kills you? Mafias!
I think he clearly
does the act.
cares about this game.
Right. And the first game he was Town, he clearly cared about it. And the next game that he was Mafia, he actually started off doing the act again, and then he dialed it back again. Now, maybe he's like, understanding, okay, I can't do that act at all. But I think he's playing Smart Town. Don't be afraid of Slacks. Come on.
No, I agree with that, but I do want to know if Slacks, you also have other opinions that you're just waiting to share and gathering other information first, or you just want us to be productive with our time?
I have no opinions. I just want to hear other people talk.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have no other opinions. I just want to hear other people talking because they talk about other people helps us interfere stuff. So go ahead. Ben, please.
I don't really have any reads on the moment, just waiting for a couple other rounds. I'm really worried about getting accused, though, just because I'm typically very, very bad at defending myself, so
I'd
I don't
like to
have
hear
any
from
reads right now.
K-pop if possible.
I've been spending most of the time thinking about Slacks just because it's so different than what I'm used to him playing as. Slacks, I think, is doing weird because he seems really invested, and one side of me goes, oh, well, maybe, it's just another part of his act. Maybe he's just like trying to change differently each game and being so different and ridiculous that he's like covering himself up. But I've made mistakes recently in playing not simple enough. Like I lost the game as Town because I didn't play simply. I thought about the two next levels. So I think I largely agree with Slacks. And because of that is why I don't necessarily think we should kill Nahaz, but he is staying on my radar just because his... I know
just
whatever. Anyone else?
Whatever, doesn't matter. Can I just say something? We can't not mention someone who's in the game.
Yes.
At the same time, I agree. We talked about him too much. He's allowed to state his opinion.
I was going to say like 5
I
seconds.
just want to say one more
thing.
thing, Brian. Can you give any other like scum reads you have or strong towns that are coming out to you? What are your other reads on the game?
I have a raw gut scum read on Chobra just because he's a really good player. when people were talking about how like I would have been a good save, he's like, yeah, I would have been a great save. He's just kind of like, I don't really have a whole lot to go on. It's just raw gut. That he's not saying a whole lot. He's staying back. I think he's like kind of like predatorily looking out. You know, Chobra strikes again.
The Chobra always strikes.
So that's really all I have. Nothing else is really
So I'm glad that Ken asked KP to talk because I was waiting to hear because normally he's like eager to talk, but not necessarily on day one. Like everyone's different on day one because day one it's really hard to go off of something. But the way he talks is usually much more aggressive, not necessarily in accusing someone, but his thoughts are much more well formulated. Also, I see KP as like a good talker in the sense that he knows that when he wants to get a message across, he needs to look at people, he needs to act convincing. Like that speech was very passive in my opinion. It was very laid back. He was staring at the floor the whole time, and before when he was listening, he was touching his ear the entire time. And I'm not saying we need to go off of that, but those are like very basic tells that you usually read about if you're like trying to learn when people aren't or like trying to dodge something. And maybe it's a power roll. Like maybe he's hiding something else. But I don't think the entire speech was like 100% genuine as in like I'm a nobody. And he didn't necessarily say that. So I think there's something there. I think KP's definitely worth looking more into.
Can we hear about Mob? From Mob? Yeah. Because I've noticed him looking around a lot, so I think he has.
So you just want me to talk about who? I don't want to go back to Nahaz, but I feel like I'm just gonna say this 5 seconds, getting more emotional. I think that's it's strange to me, but I'm not gonna say any more about it. Slack's trying to get off of Nahaz is kind of weird, but other than that, I think he's playing actually really better because I agree with what Ken said about being more invested into the game. So I think he actually might be town. Brian, I haven't really looked at him because he's like next to me and he's like in front of me, so I can't like see him, like see his eyes. I can't see what he's doing, so I don't know if Chobra's what he's saying is true. And I want to hear from Greg. I want to hear from Greg too. Yeah.
I want to hear from Alan and Greg, but Alan, I don't want you to talk about like everyone going on you at the beginning of the game. I want to hear just your general thoughts on the game. But can we hear from Greg first, just because he like hasn't talked at all? Okay, well try to chill. Then Greg will talk, and then you can.
I don't
collect yourself.
Really, I don't have any extremely strong reads, but if I had to lean in a direction, I think LD right before what he just said, I thought he was kind of scummy, but with what he just said, I'm kind of off on that. I think Owen's kind of scummy. I think Slacks is very town. Chobra, maybe I played like one game with him, but he seems pretty town to me so far, but I could be totally off. Those are really the only things that I have that are worth mentioning.
Okay, before he talks, can I do a 5-second thing? Of course. Shiver, I think, is on my scum list. I think Shiver's on my scum list. She's been accusing a lot of people on pretty baseless claims, and she's pretty much the only. You accuse.
Apart from the hat.
Well, you said I feel like this guy's suspicious. I feel like this guy's something, and she hasn't directly accused somebody, but she's been very suspicious of a lot of people, which is kind of against her character.
Isn't that how she usually plays though?
Microphone. Guys,
come on. Yeah, there's 3 on that side. So I've been I've been pointing out Nahaz. I mean, let's get that out. But other than that, I've been pointing out Pimp as town, and I still think that. And LD, I didn't know because what I was saying earlier already it wasn't a suspicion. It was more like observation.
Okay, I agree with you. I don't think that you were being suspicious. I want to see how you reacted, and you were pretty defensive on that. Okay. So I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there because she hasn't said anything. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Alan.
Let's hear from Alan.
So I actually don't have as many reads as I usually would at this point. I have no problem with being gone at the beginning of the game. I have a serious problem about the way I was going on. Effectively, like both my town and my Mafia play have been flamed.
No, I'm sorry, that mic's not working, so you're going to have to. Sorry.
So I was saying, effectively,
might have lost the battle.
effectively, both my town and my Mafia play have been flamed extremely heavily. Apparently, as town, I talk too much. Apparently, as Mafia, I'm a big enough idiot that I would kill Charlie and another obvious medic save before the game. I'm 4-1 this weekend. The one game I lost, I was town and I was first night killed. So I find no logical basis for that. The other thing I'd like to point out is that of the 2 errors that I've seen town make over and over again this weekend, the first is not trusting your reads, but then the second is actually at the other extreme. It's just not letting go. Ken and Ben pretty much threw a game the other day just because they got onto things and just wouldn't let go. I actually think Slacks is super towny at this point because he's been the strongest voice saying, no, let's not do what we've done and spend the entire first round on one person who may not be right.
I think everyone's saying that.
Cool, fine. All right.
Whatever.
Who else we got?
I agree with Alan. I think Slacks is extremely town.
Move up.
Just want to second that read.
Yeah, I think everyone pretty much agrees.
Can we get some scum reads though? Like we don't have that much to go on right now.
I actually do think Shiva is a pretty hugely scummy read right now, just because the initial going on me came from Ken. She was very quick to jump on that.
Can I just give one more read? I've been monitoring Hotbit a lot because he's right across from me, so he's kind of the place where I look most naturally. I think he's been extremely attentive to the game. The fact that he's getting legitimately agitated with some stuff early on. At a few points he's interjected. He was very quiet in the previous game, but I think he's feeling a little more comfortable in his town play after the win. So I have a town read on Ken right now.
The reason I jumped on you right after Ken said it is because I had the same read. I was actually planning on not saying anything about it because normally I want to just see how it plays out, if it's actually right what I'm seeing, if it confirms my suspicions or not. But if someone says it, I am gonna agree with that because I did notice that as well.
Moderator time. 3 minutes.
All right, I just want to say that, like, in terms of suspicions, I would also cast a vote on Shiver, and I remain with my cast on KP. But I actually disagree a lot with Slax's read on Shiver. I actually think she was a lot less, like, even throwing suspicions out than usual. But I think, like, that hesitation to me. So we read it completely differently, but we came to the same conclusion somehow, which is, you know, two different people. But to me, that actual kind of like hesitation on kind of being like, well, I think you're suspicious. You talk to me was more. It was much more kind of defensive and being like, all right, there's some suspicions out there, and
Sorry.
and
Okay,
yeah.
All right, that's my weakness. Is I get gut feelings about people. I know something's off, but I don't know what it is. But I'm usually right. When I feel like something's off, I can't describe what it is, and that was my best shot. But I just feel scummy about Shiver. That's my only thought. Also, Fwash is doing her stay completely quiet, even though she knows she was eliminated by Town for being completely quiet last time. That's why she died. She's still not making an effort to say anything.
I think that's just how Fwash plays. I want to say that about Fwash. I think that's just how Fwash plays. I think she's like Ben. Like if you 9-0 kill Ben because he's being quiet, I think it's usually a mistake, just because he's the type of person that sits back, makes his reads, and then can play off of them later. Owen does the same thing. Fwash does the same thing. I don't think we should be killing quiet Town.
All right, that's fair.
I don't think it should be our default option. But if we don't have a good option, I'd rather kill a quiet Town than a contributing one. You're more likely to fuck up and say something you shouldn't if you have to talk a lot. So.
RNGs and final chances, yes.
Okay. Anyway, we need a formal here at this point.
I want to think.
Like, who are the?
1.5.
Everyone seems to think Shiva, or at least a couple people seem to. Think
I would like to hear who Ken wants to formal, personally, or if he has one, for that matter.
I don't have one. I'm sorry.
What do you think of Chobrit?
50-50. I don't know.
What do you think of Cap?
If we heard from Cap at all,
Cap is not the
He opened the day.
Okay. No, that's true. He opened.
I think he defended Slacks pretty hard, so I think that's probably more Town than not. Let's say.
1 minute.
Why?
Because I think you're Town.
No. I know, but if he defends me, you guys all think that I'm Town. So if he bandwagons,
he was one of the first to say it, though.
I know, but if he bandwagons, Mafia's not.
There's no bandwagon. I mean, like,
all
if
right.
he's one of the first to say it, then I think.
Whatever. All right. I think I'm right now an easy kill for the Mafia. So I mean,
I don't think.
I don't even know what the fuck, but whatever. I'm just after information.
Formal
Pimp
Ken.
has also not said anything.
30 seconds. If you
Formal Ken? Why?
Ken.
Why?
We need a formal now. We need a formal now.
We already have a formal. There's
I
one
didn't.
second.
Yes, I second.
Okay, there you go.
I'm just
All
highly.
right, there's a formal on Ken. What's the accusation?
Just bad gut feeling about Ken. Even last game when he was medic, he was just overly quiet. I had like a bad feeling about him. I guess he was a power roll at the end, but as Town usually he just tries to contribute a little bit more. I wasn't here for the first game. I hear he got burned the first game, and that might be why he's a little bit more quiet than normal. But now he's just.
Are you talking about the prelim game?
I don't know.
The first game today.
So we have. Okay, so one question, because the biggest thing that Ken did early was he was basically telling Nahaz like talk less because I think it's bad for Town or your Mafia. So like if he's actually Mafia, isn't that just good for him to let Nahaz be disruptive?
Yes. No, actually, I think the best.
If he thinks Nahaz is disruptive, isn't it good for him to let him be disruptive?
No, the thing is, actually, to me, I'm just gonna be fucking arrogant. I think the best play. I think he's trying to tilt me.
Who?
Ken. I think that's the best thing that you can try to do to tilt me.
But how did he know you were gonna tilt? Well, I mean,
it's fairly easy.
I'm not exactly the most well balanced person.
I've been feeling. Trust me. If I want to tilt you, I could tilt you way harder than what just happened, okay?
No, he's formal.
Can I just say, like, let's be serious. I could tilt you instantly if I wanted to.
You can't tilt me.
But I
Can you just? Okay.
I was
can you
definitely
just,
not.
Yeah.
I was definitely not trying to tilt you.
Okay,
Good job. Good job.
Or
buddy.
Ben, do you have anything else?
No, I know. I actually, I was the second, and I'd like to say something.
No, Nahaz is making his accusation. No. I mean, we already. Nahaz is making his accusation that Ken can defend himself. No, wait. Well, can I? No, can I? Yeah, after Ken talks,
let the mod.
I would just like to say that is what I legitimately thought, Alan. I wasn't trying to make you frustrated or anything. I think you take a lot of stuff pretty personally.
That's very true.
So I think I'm being genuine here. I definitely don't want to make anyone mad on purpose. So that's definitely not the case. Definitely Town this time, and I'm playing quietly. And he might be not used to that because he wasn't here for the first game. But I definitely changed how I play Town. I'm not as confident with my reads. That's why I didn't continue pushing it on you after I initially did. I didn't continue doing it, right? Everyone can attest to that, right? Yep. And that wasn't because I'm like, oh, no one's going to vote with me on Nahaz. I was legitimately questioning whether I was right or not.
But the other thing is, Ken, think about the two Town losses that both started with a really bad Town lynch of a strong player. Okay. Right? The two Town losses this weekend, Blitz got lynched very early, and you got lynched very early.
Right. Okay.
So to me, if you're Mafia, one of the strongest plays that you can make at the beginning of the game is to try to cast suspicion on a strong Town player.
What are you trying to say?
That's my accusation. I was the second, and I just stated my accusation.
That's his accusation. Right.
Do you think Nahaz is strong Town? Do you think he's really strong?
That's
okay,
why,
that is why I thought he was Towny, and that's why I think that
LD's
I genuinely listen. You may not like it, but I know Ken pretty well, and I think that he genuinely does not believe that you're a very good Town
I think you're
to
better
have
as
around.
Mafia for sure than Town. I thought he played Mafia very well. But I don't think Like, that's my legitimate opinion. If you take offense to that, that's fine. I don't think I'm a very good Town player either. So, look, it's no offense. But if I wanted to accuse someone strong, I wouldn't have accused you. I would have accused LD or Cap or Chobra or someone that, I felt was a strong Town player. If that's your accusation, then that's just completely off.
Do you want to defend against Ben's accusation as well?
Ben's accusation is he's just missing how I'm playing because he wasn't here for the game where I got wrecked.
But he was in the previous game.
No, but he didn't see the game where Purge and...
3 comments, then we'll either rescind or go to a...
Can you please rescind this? I'm in Town, dude.
I want to defend Hotbid. This feels exactly like the first game. He went on someone. He realized he did some probing. Then he backed off when he realized either, A, he wasn't going to get public support, or...
I have to rescind because it's not the right play.
It's not
I would
me.
love to fucking lynch you right now, but it's not.
All right, vote is being rescinded. You have one more formal guarantee, and then we'll go to RNG.
I don't like Pimbuncle at all this game. He hasn't said anything. He's very vocal. And while that entire thing was happening, I did my thing where I looked at him the entire time and saw how he react, and he's very fidgety. So I want to hear from you. Why are you Mafia?
This is not a formal, by the way. It's just discussion.
Okay, so this is once. Okay.
We need to hurry.
Okay, then I'm gonna speed up.
If we need to hurry, go ahead.
So the one thing I was super annoyed by, we took a lot of time to just jump on Nahaz, who was initially jumping on my I think Town is I think the mafiosi in the first kill were kind of new, or they were like egos or some shit, and then you jumped on me super instantly, and then everyone else jumped on you. So we're wasting a lot of time. So I gave you a lot of credibility as well. I wanted to hear from Owen what he thinks about Nahaz to speed the whole thing up. I kind of was agreeing with you.
I don't care if you agree with me. Why
no,
are
it's
you,
fine. But
yeah.
you were
Why
making
you talking?
Okay,
Why
but
you
were making my role. Can you shut up?
Yeah, go ahead.
You were doing my job usually. I'm always kind of quiet when there's other people leading the conversation, right? Because
you
I
don't
just want to
trust
sit
what
back.
I think. You would interrupt me if you wanted.
Yeah, but you were fine. All your reads were okay. You were playing obvious stuff.
I really like Pip's defense here.
Okay, me too.
I think he's not a good forward.
Can I ask you what you think about K-pop? Since
Brian is more scum than Town to me.
Why am I more scum?
I don't think you've contributed. You seem a little more laid back about the game. You're a little more intense when you're Town.
I hate this round. Just to be fair, I think it's very emotional. Like this is how if you watch how I played in the first game of the first day when I was involved and I got suspicion thrown to me because I wasn't being as vocal as I normally am in previous events. It's because I don't have any reads. I've got a gut read on Chobra, which I don't feel that strongly about. I've got a kind of read on Nahaz just based on how personally he's taking everything. He usually does that when he's Mafia, but that's just kind of how he does everything. I don't like going on me when I just like I haven't been able to prove myself, but I also haven't been able to prove myself in the other direction. I don't feel strongly about anything right
All
now.
right, discussion's over. It's time for a formal now. You have 30 seconds or we're going to a night.
I'm going to formal KP. Anyone want a second?
I'd rather formal Chopra.
All right, K-pop has been formal.
Can I
Chopra
make my
has been
accusation?
accusation.
Yes, I'll
Yes,
second.
there was a second.
Can I make my accusation? Anyone? Yeah. Thank you. I mean, first of all, obviously, I made my suspicions earlier. I don't think I need to repeat those. If anyone needs to hear them again, let me know. But aside from that, also, I mean, right now you're like, okay, I hate this round because it's very emotional and whatnot. So what are we supposed to do on day one then? Like, that's what I want to hear from you, and then I have a follow-up question off of that.
I wish I had a better answer for that. I think normally I have previously held the opinion in previous events when there isn't an immediate drop in kill power of either I'm actually like one of the weird adherents to a no lynch if there's not an immediate drop in kill power, but this format means that we have to kill somebody just because the immediate kill is good. And that's harder for me because I'm not used to it. I'm usually pretty conservative about either not being strong in my day one lynches or like no lynching. So I don't really know what to do. I've tried to just kind of sit back and watch and try to make reads, which is hard because I don't read emotions well. I read like accusations well, and all these accusations have been largely baseless and emotion driven.
So would you say that you only can really make decisions like day 3 then, because you can't really base anything off of day 1? And then
I've made a lot of decisions day 1 in the past, and they tend to be bad. Like if I make vocal, usually my like sneaking suspicions on day 1 tend to come to fruition, but my like my like immediate like really strong ones that I end up being vocal about on day 1 are usually bad. But then like my second and third days are
last accusation.
Everybody, you're all amazing at Mafia. Can you stop doing that? Doing the
Here's the microphone.
Yeah, just last accusation. Why were you so upset when Slacks put suspicion on Pimp?
I think because Slacks, I've just been upset with Slacks' play this round. I think it's very towny, but I think it's been very like misdirectioning. Like he's just leading us in bad directions.
He just makes people talk. That's good.
I understand that he wants people to talk, and I like it, but I still get frustrated by it.
So you were frustrated by his play, and therefore him throwing
I
suspicion
think Pimp's
was.
defense spoke for itself. Like I think it was a bad throw. Like it was. Good.
I mean,
it was
just
good
why were you upset though? Like I just want clarification on that.
I was upset because I thought it was going down the wrong road, and we didn't have enough time, and I wanted to talk about something with a little more substance to it.
All right, just said there's nothing of substance to talk about on day 1.
I know, but
discussion is over. If they don't want to rescind their votes, Brian can make his last defense.
Okay. So to respond to what was said, how we come to more substance. I'm saying I don't have anything of substance, but how we come to substance is by talking about other things. I thought Pimp's defense spoke to itself. I didn't like how Slacks. I thought Slacks' pokes have been bad pokes, is what I was saying.
Can you
that could be wrong, but I just don't.
Can you give us your reads before we decide if we go for a vote or not?
I mean, like I said, my scum circle was like Chobra, Nahaz, and I don't actually have a third, I guess.
Mike.
Oh, sorry. I don't really have a third, I guess. I mean, I have this weird sneaking suspicion about Ken, but the last time I had a suspicion about Ken, I was dead wrong. So.
You think me and Nahaz on this? All right, no more questions.
Well, there's been a lot of deflection. There's been a lot of deflection between Mafia members.
I will mod kill you, Hoppin.
All right, no more talk.
All right, defense is over. Would either of you like to rescind your votes, or we're going to a vote? All right. We're going to a vote. Everyone heads down. If you'd like to kill off K-pop Toasters, raise your hand. Keep your hands up. All right, heads up. With 8 votes, K-pop is dead.
I didn't vote.
I didn't vote.
You didn't vote.
So raise your hand if you didn't vote.
Raise your hand.
I didn't vote.
Oh,
you did vote, yeah.
So every other and then Pimp.
I did.
Every other until Mott and then Pimp.
Okay. Chobra, did you vote?
All
right.
Yeah.
Microphone, please, sir.
Music, please.
Music, please. Everyone heads down. Mafia, please put your heads up. Who would you like to kill? Mafia, who would you like to kill second? Cop, heads up. Cop, who would you like to check? Cop, heads down. Medic, heads up. Medic, who would you like to save?
Medic heads down. Vigilante heads up. Would you like to kill anyone? Point or put your head down. It's daytime. Everyone put your heads up. LD has been killed.
Good medic.
So-
we have got a very good medic.
So either we have a good medic or K-Poptosis was actually
You have 20 minutes.
So the reason I didn't vote for K-pop was I thought he actually made a decent defense, and he kind of got tripped up in his words, I feel like. But I could have completely misread that, and we could have had a good Lynch, or more than likely, I think we actually just have a really good medic. So that's my read on the situation anyway.
Yeah, so I agree that I think he had a pretty good defense. I mean, I still had but obviously I'm starting at like a 50% or more.
Where are you on
I voted for him, so I started it.
Where are you on the medic versus successful Lynch likelihood? That's what I want to know from everybody, by the way.
Both are options, but I honestly think successful Lynch is a little bit stronger. But at the same time, I mean, I led that, so I think I'm more inclined to believe that because obviously
Who didn't vote for K-pop, by the way? I didn't vote.
I also want to point out the possibility that, well, given how night one went, maybe not, but that could have easily been a double stack because I thought his defense was very bad.
I don't think it's a double stack. What I think happened was that he got saved night one, and then they knew that he couldn't get saved again.
I think that's very
they
possible.
I mean, they put one of the kills on him if there were 2 kills. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
So I think the medic saved him, and then they were like, oh, they can't save him again. Let's make sure he dies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I was the only thing is I think considering that night one that there was medic save makes me think it was less likely that there was double stack, but
there's no way they would.
I don't know.
I don't think you can't. I don't think it's Mafia you can.
I think it's probably not. But
Yeah,
I just
statistically,
want to
it's
point out a possibility.
It's far more likely that he was indeed Mafia because
I think he was Mafia,
Medic saving
honestly.
and judging by the number of votes, it was a pretty close vote.
Can I just say I think whether it's a medic save or double tap, I think really matters more in the future rounds. Like if we end up outing the medic right now, what really matters is whether we got a successful Lynch or not, and we seem to be a little split on that.
We just have to play under the assumption that we still have 3 Mafia, so we don't.
Well, let's start with that assumption.
If the cop has
exactly.
two different,
I think it's really likely that
if the cop has 2 different, can the cop come out? If they have 2 different. Like they got an X.
Yeah, if you have an X, I think it's.
I think also if you have 2 same that are alive, it might also be worth it.
That's I mean, there's a
But if they're dead, it don't fucking come out.
There is a low chance that you guess 2 Mafia, I think, and got the same. Like it can happen for sure. Like you're at 15.
Let's do it. If you got 2 same and they're alive, come out. If you got,
Are you sure that this? Are you sure that this is?
I'm pretty sure that this is the play.
Well, I
If
think
they're alive, yes.
given who else is alive in the town, I think we can gather enough information.
But
from
no,
it.
well,
Are you confident that this is the correct point?
Yes.
Okay, the cop comes
I
out,
think-
please.
All right, I'm the cop. And
Mike,
Chobra,
please. Give him the mic, yeah.
I checked Chobra first night, and then I checked Farsh the second night, and I got thumbs up for that. So that's what I've got going.
Okay, that's great.
So I don't really think that was the right play, but everyone wanted it to happen.
Hold on. No, that's.
they could be both Mafia.
They could be both Mafia, but I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly.
Oh, sorry. You can finish your thought. But.
Cap, go ahead.
Well, now I'm a little bit concerned because I was just about to say that I was like, I settled on this really early, but I really like Chobra as town. I really like Ken as town. So for me, I think that clears Foch, but
No. That's the. It doesn't clear anybody.
I know it doesn't clear. Obviously,
Yeah,
He's stating his opinion.
I'm stating my opinion that I thought he was town. Therefore,
I really hope that you are town because I think you're a fantastic town, and that's like a huge sigh of relief to me because as far as I'm concerned, that's like those 2 guys are good. So
I mean, it's hard, not me.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really hope we have killed at least one of the Mafia, because that's probably the last check I'll be able to get if we have all 3 Mafia alive.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm just throwing out there.
I'm completely 50-50 on whether they're both Mafia or whether they're both town. I would actually lean.
Why? Because like statistics are going for heavily for town.
Because I think the one weakness in Chobra's game here, I actually think Will is a really strong player. The one weakness I would think is that he doesn't know necessarily this group of players as well, and he would be one of the few people in the room that I both consider a good player and that I would think could make very bad Mafia kill decisions on the first couple of rounds, simply because he's less familiar than the rest of the people with who are the likely medic
So
saves.
can we get a hand for who didn't vote for K-pop again? So it was me.
I did.
Okay, so
It was you four and-
he's cop, so he definitely shouldn't be in it. So
Yeah.
I think we should actually try and lynch one of us 4. Obviously, I don't think it's.
Which direction does that go?
What do you mean?
Vote one of the ones that didn't vote?
Yeah, because if indeed K-pop was Mafia,
So,
then it's more
obviously,
logical that.
I don't think we should vote me off, but I just want to point out that that's the correct decision to make.
I agree with you, and I'm 100% pimp. I mean,
Yeah,
he
I'm okay
still
with him,
hasn't topped.
Or Merlini.
Why?
Or
What?
this guy.
Can we please hear something from?
He's
still
Sure.
not dead.
I would love to talk actually.
Oh, I go, Pimp, do you want to go first on me?
Yes, I would gladly. Thanks. Okay, so why I didn't vote on him was plainly because I think his defense was actually not like great from a logical standpoint, but it felt like K-pop. Like I can totally see him play this way and like get a bit attached and emotional and get a gut feeling onto Chobra because he was getting pressured. Now that we kind of know that Chobra and Fosh are pretty likely town, I would say. I'm pretty sure you guys are town, right? Like in hindsight, obviously it was like not the right decision, or like it was how to put it, like it might not have been the best play. But I still believe, like in this sense, with the information I had available to me, I still think this is absolutely fine to vote him, like not vote him off.
Can I just say that I think that Pimp's defense when we accused him was very good. He was impassioned. He was like genuine about it. So I would rather go with him or Molini, who randomly formaled me. That was pretty random. And yeah, so I want to hear about.
Yeah, sure. So my reads at the moment, as mentioned it earlier, I'm still very suspicious on Cap. I think the way he's been playing this game is very kind of questionable. He's been very quiet. He kind of seems to zone out a lot. He doesn't seem to be looking around to see who's kind of the other members that are looking suspicious. I know obviously Shiva kind of banded in as well to say, you know, perhaps people like to zone out and just focus on listening. But I think that's a little bit bullshit, because I think looking around and seeing people's expressions is a massive part of this game. And also that leads me to my second point. I think Shiva's still very suspicious. We brought it up earlier. She's been defending Cap. If Cap is Mafia, I think they're very much on the same train. You know, as I said, on that point, she did defend him. Also, there was the point where someone pointed out that Cap hadn't spoke a lot. Shiva was very quick in there to say, oh, he did say something at the beginning. And I think that alignment is definitely a strong one. I think Shiva is playing a little bit different this game. I know she hasn't been Mafia yet, but I think this could very much be the game where Shiva is Mafia. That's at least from my opinion.
Can we hear from Fwash? Because obviously Chobra and Fwash were the two that I got thumbs up for. I'm not sure if anyone else wants to hear, but I think that's a very important thing.
I have something to say after they're done, so I'm just going to hold this.
I'm actually getting a pretty strong town read from Cap. He was pretty vocal early on about it was Chobra's innocence. I think they're pretty aligned as town for me. Owen's argument seemed a little weak, just to kind of deflect it back to Shiva, who accused him. So maybe he's kind of more high. Okay. Yeah, I feel Shiva's pretty town for me. She's been playing like the same way, and yeah, and also if I had to go by priorities from the four who didn't vote, it would probably be Owen and then Pimp and then Kevin. And actually bump. I mean not Ken. Too many Ks, but Merlini and then Ken.
Shiva, can you explain why you defended me?
I didn't really defend you. That's not how I said it. I did say. What in your head? Okay, so in my head, I know there's a lot of people, and I know this, that I do it myself sometimes too. That if you listen to someone and you really want to hear what he's saying, and you want to look at the logicals, you look like to the ground. You zone off. You don't look at people's faces because you're just listening. I know Ben does that too, and I just want to put that out there because that was at the start. I think someone said the zoning out. So I just want to put that out there that it's not a given that is the case. And I remember that someone said that you were quiet, but you did talk a lot at the start for the first bit. And it's just, you know, if people are saying, hey, you've been really quiet and it's not true, I'm going to say something about it. So I've not feel like I've been defending anybody.
Normally
actually.
I would be
and
super
I didn't really
suspicious
I just want to hear you talk.
of Shiva if she was like not going on me instantly, because I feel like every single time that we're both town, she's like, you're Mafia. I'm like, no, I'm not. So I was super suspicious of her because of that, but I think that, like, I was thinking in your head, what would the reasoning be? And I think that matches up pretty well. So I'm kind of with Ken on that.
Greg, you wanted to talk.
Well, do you want to talk about Cap first? No? I want to hear Ben's opinion before I say anything.
I want to hear from Ben too.
So Mott is obviously town. These two being Mafia is just super improbable. So he's almost definitely town, and she's almost definitely town. Cap, I'm not really sure of, but I still want to go back to Ken's point where I do think we should kill someone who didn't vote for K-pop. I think, statistically speaking, it's very likely that he was actually Mafia, and they only got one kill on LD. So
who didn't vote for him again, real quick?
Pimp, you, me, Ken, and OD.
You had suspicions about Ken earlier.
I did have suspicions about Ken. I'm okay with killing him. I'm okay with killing all four of us. Clearly not you. And then whoever we don't kill, we check him. But
so who do you want to kill out of this?
I still want to kill Ken. I just don't really have a good feeling about him. Even when I was caught last game, I still checked him. Even when other people thought he was still clearly Town. So I would kill Ken first of the other 4.
But Ken was the one that suggested that one of the 4 people, excluding that didn't vote for K-pop, should die. So basically, he said, "Oh, one of us should die." You're saying the same thing, which is kind of like but it's a sacrificial lamb. It's like he didn't have to suggest it either, because it wasn't on the table before he suggested it.
You still have over 10 minutes.
The only thing that okay, so a lot of my things were addressed, but the only thing I do want to say is I still am really suspicious of Pimp for some reason. I again don't really have grounds for it, but I'm still very suspicious of him, and I would rather kill him or Ben.
Ben or Pimp or OD, I don't care. Among the people that didn't vote for the guy,
I don't know. I didn't
whatever,
think that was the most compelling thing Ben's ever said, but it wasn't horrible.
I'm down for any.
Can I hear Slack's accusation of me, because I'm just getting constantly accused.
10 minutes, by the way.
My accusation of you was very simple. You're a very vocal player, and you like to take charge, and you like to accuse people and get the conversation rolling. Just because I was doing that for the first time, you have no idea that I'm not Mafia and I'm trying a new strategy. But you never approached
Yeah,
that.
but everyone else who I kind of trust in this round.
It doesn't matter. You talk so much typically, and you are completely silent. And may I mention that ever since we got Nahaz off of focus, he has not tried to say anything. And if he was Mafia, it would be a very good play for him to be completely quiet now that we're all pretty much convinced that he's not.
It's the opposite.
Can I just say for Pimp, I mean, you're talking, you're already leading a lot, which is fine because you're Town and you're supposed to, or that's what I think anyway, that you're Town. I think Nahaz was talking a lot earlier, but he was also getting accused a lot. I've talked a little bit more this game. LD was talking. So it's not like Pimp can, control the entire game. I'm not saying he's completely devoid of any suspicion whatsoever, but
whoever out of 4 people, we're gonna win. Okay. If actually we have 2 Mafia in these 4 people, we're just gonna win. It's no problem at all. Because he's gonna get medic safe. We're gonna get a free check this night.
I think as a Mafia would still vote for K-pop, at least one.
I do think there's a possibility that the Mafia just voted because I believe that was our guaranteed formal, if I'm not mistaken, or like the last one right before. So there's like a high chance that it goes through. So like I don't think it's out of the question that like, oh, the 2 remaining Mafia are definitely in the ones that didn't vote.
I want to just quickly say something in regards to Pimp. Previous game we had a game with a lot of vocal players, and he played the same way as he's doing right now. That if other people are talking, he is less inclined to lead conversation.
yeah, and I want to just quickly ask: do we all feel the same way that it is highly improbable, and that we therefore think it's extremely or 100% unlikely that Chobra and Fwash are
in my mind
not Town Mafia?
Okay. The thing is, I don't actually think we have to kill one of them. Right, we have valuable information in knowing that they are the same faction. I think it's a huge mistake to try and 100% clear them right now, when we probably aren't going to lynch one of them.
There's no way we're lynching one of them.
That's what I'm saying. There's no reason for us to lynch one of them right now, so I don't think we should necessarily try and 100% clear them either.
Okay.
I'm just saying we live in a world where if they're Mafia, then Chobra led the lynch mob on Brian, who we are very highly suspect was Mafia.
If they're both Mafia, Mott's probably gonna die.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can.
He can get medic safe
when
though,
we
right?
come to it. Yeah, we don't need to worry.
Yeah,
about
he can
that.
get medicked, and the medic has been on point so far. So, I mean,
There
is mind games obviously, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get another cop check.
So
it's not impossible that LD was double tapped, but
okay. So so the question is,
I don't want to
what do we want to do? Because we are dwindling
Can
a
I
little bit here
formal
on time.
Odie?
Who?
Formaling Odie. Anybody
Odie?
second?
Yeah, I didn't like his accusation of Shiva either, so I think we should.
Alright, were you second? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Chobra seconds.
Okay. So just I think Ken he's definitely Town. I think he's just playing a really bad game today. I don't know why you're necessarily bandwagoning on me. Going back to the point on the vote, I'm not quite sure why we're set on the fact that one of the people that didn't vote for K-pop to go is Mafia. I'm not quite sure on that logic because it was the last formal of the day. So of course all the Mafia are going to vote for it. They want to get someone out of the game. Why wouldn't the Mafia vote in that portion? The 4 people that didn't vote, I think as well in that vote, it was very clear to a lot of people that K-pop was going to go down. I think the Mafia would have been like, this is a definite vote. Let's vote.
I thought it was close.
But for instance, I don't think people would have thought like I never said anything that meant that said that K-pop, in my opinion, was not Mafia. So I think it wasn't clear that me, who else didn't vote, Ben, Ken, and Pim. There's nothing that us 4 said that was clear that we weren't going to vote for K-pop. So I don't know why that's necessarily something that we keep bringing back to. I really do think that Shiva's suspicious. She keeps coming back to me. I'm still sitting on the Shiva and Cap train. The third person to throw in there as well is Greg. I'm very suspicious on him. He's, in my eyes, he's been a little bit diplomatic. He hasn't seemed to go in too hard on anyone. It seems like he's trying to make good relationships with other players. He's never really kind of gone for the same lines that Shiva and Cap have been thinking about. He's been kind of going on his own. I think definitely Chobra and Fwosh, they've got to be Town. I think there's no doubt about it. I've got to say 90% they are not Mafia. So I think the Town has got a very good game at the moment. I think there is every possibility that the 3 Mafia are still alive, though. And as I said, I am Town. You'd be making a mistake.
So Shiva is the only person you'd want to kill.
I'd kill Shiva, Cap, or you at the moment. You're the 3 that really raise suspicions in my eyes. I think Pimp's safe. Again, I think Ken's a little bit off on that. I know he was going on Pimp. There was a few other people that were going in. I think Fwosh mentioned Pimp as well. I think Pimp is... I don't think you're Mafia at all. I don't think there's any way that you're Mafia this game. The way that you're playing doesn't raise any suspicions in my eyes. Yes, you've been playing a little bit of a quieter game, but that's because other people are talking. You haven't been bandwagoning on anyone. When you've been kind of prompted to talk, you know, your reasons have been pretty well formulated. That's just my read of the game at the moment. And I think Nahaz as well, I think he's just kind of, you know, he's simmered down. Some people went to him. I think Shiva again tried to point something to him and said, well, you know, after he's kind of had that initial interrogation, he's been very quiet for the rest of the game. I was in Slack, sorry, you said that. You know, which I think that's just like, you know, Nahaz just stepping it down, realizing, okay, I'm just going to calm it down a bit, take it a little bit easier. I think Ben, quiet as ever. He's not Mafia this game. He's just playing the standard Town quiet game. And as I said already, Ken's Town and obviously Fwosh Chobra Town.
Can I just argue for a rescind here? I don't know that this clears him, but that was a great defense, and I'd like to hear Shivers.
Can I just ask 1 or 2 more questions?
Yeah.
So do you just not agree with the notion that it's not a bad idea to vote one of like you 4 off right now?
I
do
really
you,
do
do you
not agree with that
or is
notion.
it because it's
no,
like you think
I
OD's
don't
clear
understand the logic behind why you think one of the 4 people
Is it
that
affected
didn't
at
vote
all?
for K-pop.
Well, I explain it.
Okay. Wait, before you explain it.
Probability, right?
Oh, okay, actually you explain
Kill
it
power
first.
decreased. It was a close vote. All those things put together mean that it's probably a good chance that one of the people that didn't vote it is.
But it's not.
I don't. Well, I get your logic, but I don't think it's as definite as you're saying. You're saying that those 4, someone has to be it. It's something to go by.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No, I mean,
okay.
At this point, like I am very comfortable with. I think they're both right, actually. But I actually would love to hear Shiva's defense. So
the formula's on Owen.
I would argue for a rescind.
All right, it's being rescinded.
Okay, I will.
There's still 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I will formal Shiva at this point just because I think we heard a good defense from Owen, and I want to hear your defense.
We don't need not.
It's being seconded.
Fine.
Would you like to make
But
an accusation?
okay, so at this stage of the game, we want to hear people talk, and the only 2 times that Owen has talked is once when I said, "Hey, can you talk?" and I gave him the microphone, and he instantly assumed that I was accusing him, which was not the case. Second was when we actually accused him, and he talked loads, and we noticed that in the first game of the day today, he actually had a lot of good reads when he was talking in the first day, but he doesn't normally say them, so he needs to be pressured to talk. So that's what we did. So that works, and it's a good defense. I agree. I don't suspect him.
Can I just add something about Owen? Sorry, I know this is a formal on Shiva, but am I allowed to say something about Owen?
Sure. All right, approved.
Owen's always been very suspicious of me every single time. Like every game he's in, he's Town, and whether I'm Mafia or Town, he's always like, I think it's Ken and Charlie, or I think it's Ken. And this time, I think it's really strange that he would be like, I think Ken's Town. And the only way I can logic myself around that is that he's Mafia and he knows I'm Town. That's the only way I can see that happening.
All right, formal is back on Shiva now.
Well, that basically was my defense. I feel like I've played very Towny. I've set my reads.
But okay, so if I have
what other accusations are there?
Can I speak as the accused?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing I want to say as the accuser is like the big difference between your defense and between Owen's is that Owen gave us just a crap ton more information about a lot of other players in the game. That's what I want to hear from you right now.
Okay. First of all, I talk actually on my own as well, which he does not. So it's good that he gives a read, because otherwise we won't hear him talk. So I have said all my observations already. So far, I feel like Pimp is counting, and also Town. Yeah. I feel still suspicious of yourself. I kind of started feeling slightly suspicious of Greg, but I'm really having issues reading him. Wasn't able to read him previous game as well when he was actually Mafia, so I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't think Fwosh or Will are actually Mafia, so I think they're Town. Obviously, you're Town. I don't know about Ben, but I don't think he's Mafia, because I feel like if he was Mafia, he wouldn't twice go hard on Ken. Because I feel like if you're Mafia, you want to throw out suspicions on multiple different people rather than just saying like, oh my god, that person is Mafia, and like constantly going on the same people. You want to just like get confusion all around. So I don't think that he is actually Mafia right now.
There's 2 minutes left, by the way, in the day.
Okay, I don't think Slacks is Mafia. At the moment, if I were to point out 2, it would still be Greg and Nahaz. And K-pop was the other one.
Or are we going to a vote?
I liked his defense. I know he's good with talking because it's his job, but I was kind of convinced.
Are there any opinions, guys, on whether we want to vote on this?
I'm not going to vote on this.
I would rather hear Ben talk.
All right, I rescind.
Somebody, but I don't think it's going to be Shiva because I feel like if
There is a minute and a half left.
Well,
in the day.
Chober, who do you want to formal? I think you're basically confirmed town.
So I still have quite a bit of suspicion on Pimp, but actually not enough to formal. I mean, if anything, I almost want to just go back on Owen because I think like that's something that we can more get behind and then gather more information from. But I mean, I agree that I want to hear the last minute.
I actually kind of still want to kill Owen too.
But I want to hear from Ben.
I think his defense was pretty good, but I still want to kill Owen.
Hey! Can I have a 2-second comment? Have we talked at all about who might be like? Where the fuck is the Vigi? And all that shit?
There's no reason for them to say anything.
I don't think that really matters yet.
If you're a town role, you don't want to come out in situations like that. Mod
Ben,
had
what's
valuable
your-
information.
He should come out.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hold on.
He would only do.
Now it's too late. I just want to hear like Ben's opinion on the accusations we've made so far.
We have 3 confirmed town, you, and Fwash. I think that Slacks and Nahaz are also pretty town. They were very town turn 1, and then day 2 they've kind of taken a back seat and just let the people that are actually confirmed town talk, which I don't think that Mafia would do. So I like these 2.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
And then Owen, not too sure about, and that's
Officer Mott.
The more I think about it, the more I would maybe vote on Owen. He's the only one that I'm kind of suspicious of. I was suspicious of Shiver, but Ben, I'm not sure because I haven't played enough Mafia with you. But you're always kind of like
20 seconds left in the day.
Is this good?
Yes.
We have a guarantee.
Has it been seconded?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been seconded. There's 1 guaranteed after this.
I'm not Vigi. No. I am town. The fact that there's certain people now joining on the bandwagon against me is making me question my initial reads on who I think is Mafia. But I'm still going to stick to the 3 that I'm still kind of on board of it being.
Who are they?
I think Shiva, Cap, and Greg, in my opinion. I'm sure one of them, at least, has got to be dodgy. I've got every suspicion that the 3 Mafia are still in the game. I think this is going to be quite a hard one for town. I think Shiva is even more suspicious the fact that she backed out on the initial formal against me. You know, she did that, and then she also suddenly, out of nowhere, she starts to say she has suspicions about Greg. She's not said that before. So that, in my opinion, shows if there is an alignment, she's now starting to, make it seem a little bit rockier. So if I am out the game next time, people aren't going to think they're on the same team. People aren't going to suspect me.
Can you give us your revised? Can you give us your revised scum? You said you're kind of changing.
I'm still sticking to my guns.
Okay.
They might be very wrong, but I'm still sticking to them. It's yeah.
I felt, so I must just be very wrong because I felt you actually gave a very good defense and your points were very good. Have you learned anything between then and now? How do you process the
all I've
responses?
learned is I think that there's certain town members that are making big mistakes. I think, as I said, Ken, you mentioned the fact that this game, I haven't really targeted him at all. In fact, I've been quite the opposite. I've said he's town. I think he's just playing it very differently. Obviously, he's had a few bad games where he's been knocked out early on. I think he feels he's playing better in his mind, but he's not, in the sense that he is accusing people like me, which, I still going back to that logic on people who didn't vote for K-pop. I really believe that none of those are Mafia. None of the people that didn't vote to kill K-pop are Mafia. I really don't get that logic. I think I don't know why people are banning on as well. I think the reason why it seems so strong as a group is because there's still 3 Mafia left. They're going to agree with that logic. And with that, kind of the quieter people, Ben's being sucked in. I don't think Ben's Mafia. I think he's town as well.
I just want to say that I'm super on board with Owen's suspicion of Greg.
I agree.
Greg,
actually.
I just want to say that in his defense, because Greg suddenly coming to me just because I seem to be guaranteed town does not mean I necessarily have good reads. And I still don't think all of you guys are super convinced that I'm the best town player ever. And for him to suddenly in the last minute be like, "Yo, Chobra, what should we do?" is aligning yourself really much as town.
If this formula is still going through, Owen can have one last statement to defend himself, and then we'll go to a vote. You are guaranteed one more formal after.
Who were the 2 people raising the formal against me?
Who is raising a formal against him?
Me and Ken.
It was you and
It was
Ken.
me and Ken.
Is the formal still going through?
Well, Greg's not going to rescind because he's Mafia. Are you going to rescind or are you keeping the formal on me?
Look, like, you have one more guaranteed formal.
I'm not much more
Ken,
than that, like 65.
Ken.
His reads have been really good when he's town. His reads
Ken,
have
I'm
been,
town.
It's been very
You're
good.
making a big mistake if you kill me off now.
Ken, yes or no?
All right, I'll rescind. We have one more.
You have one more formal you can discuss for 2
Because I've been saying it.
And,
I'm
so I'm just gonna say before
We'll have
you
a
talk,
discussion.
the reason. Okay, so if you remember what I did, I asked you your opinion because in my opinion, you led the lynch mob and Brian, and you have checks with Fosh. So in my mind, I'm pretty sure that you're town. And yesterday, one of the games that I watched, I thought your reads were pretty good, so I wanted to get your opinion. If you remember, I also asked Mott immediately after, Officer Mott, what do you think? Because he's also confirmed town. I have no problem like trying to align myself with confirmed town when I'm also town.
I mean,
you might not be town. You might be fucking Mafia, but I think if you and Fosh are Mafia, we lost.
Oh no, I mean I don't think it's that. I mean I think it is a good play to make as town to try to align yourself with guaranteed town. But I think it's just odd that no one like we have all these other suspicions.
Someone has to ask you if we're gonna go down that road.
It's also a hedge. Like by looking at your reactions, I hedge against the possibility that it's you and Force that are
I'm also trying to find someone's opinion who I know that, well, not know, I guess, but have a strong feeling does not have an ulterior motive.
I'm just gonna say, like, I'm very flattered that you think I have really good reads because I think I have really good reads. But and at the end of the day, it is a gut. Like just based on your actions, the amount of like speaking you started doing more towards the end of the day, and just to me, you aligning yourself with me does not necessarily mean your town. To me, it just was a little bit scummier, but that's also just more gut feeling. So
that's fine.
I'm kind of getting the same gut feeling just because when you are Mafia, you want to align, you specifically call out names to kind of get like more allegiance.
Last game I played Mafia and it did not say a word,
So,
basically.
I mean, of course, there's like gameplay change. Another point is just that. Yeah.
I kind of lean towards that. We can still reform on.
Well, can I raise the formal? I'm going to raise the formal on Greg. Does anyone?
Ben, do you want?
I'm raising a formal on Greg. Is anyone going to second?
I mean, I'm gonna second it.
I'm with you, Chobi.
Is this our emergency
The formal has been seconded. This is your last.
Made the accusation.
You may or may not have
Okay.
one or two more.
I honestly don't have that much more to say. If you vote for me, you're an idiot. There's no way that I'm town. My Mafia play last game was much more passive. Oh, no way I'm Mafia. I'm not fucking Mafia. I'm clearly getting agitated here. Because last game when I was Mafia,
Guys, he's very convincing.
like if you actually think I'm Mafia, then because if I'm aligning with Vanilla Town or whatever, if you want to fucking vote for me, vote for me.
Hey, can I grab this?
I think you're fucking crazy if you vote for me.
Greg,
actually really pissed off.
Greg, I believe you, and as soon as you made a misstep, may I point out that Pimp was instant to be like, "What? Oh wait, you're town."
No, she was as well, actually, and it's also really important.
He was just pointing that out.
Yeah.
You made your quick defense. Let's
also.
Can I just say if so we've got 2 on Greg at the moment. If it does go to a vote, if he does go down, if he doesn't go down in RNGs and I die because we get another chance to do another formal, that's fine. But if it does get tonight, can you check me tonight? Because there's.
No, let's fucking kill him. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna.
Why would you not check me?
We don't know if we have another formal.
Why would you not?
There's 3 left.
Just be careful.
Keep it in mind for fuck's sake.
Why would you not check me? If the medic saves more and more checks me.
Everyone shut up.
Can you please rescind?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. We might not get another formal after this, so I want to say what I want to say before we rescind it. Okay? I think Mott, you should check someone who is on the edge. We need to find another fucking confirmed town to win this game. I personally think you should check Ken.
Do not check me.
Don't
Wait,
say
okay.
shit.
No,
This is
don't
not
say
the time
shit.
for discussion.
Wait, first of all, don't react. First of all, don't react. Just nobody react to what he said. Greg can say whatever he wants in his defense. If he wants you to check Ken, he wants you to check in. You don't have to respond to that. Nobody needs to respond
Yeah, I mean,
to that.
you guys can tell me whoever you want me to check, but I'm going to check whoever I want
so
to check
that's
at the
fine.
end. So.
Listen.
The mic is on Greg, and then unless they rescind.
Well,
I have no more defense.
Okay,
If you
I'm
really
gonna
wanna
rescind
fucking
my
vote,
second because
whatever.
I'm banking on our like 66% chance to get at least one.
All right, there's at least one more formal.
Yes, you fucking kill Owen.
I think honestly we should fucking kill Owen. Are you like that was the most ridiculous shit he's ever just said.
The thing about
I form alone.
check me at night is just fuck that.
You guys are making a big mistake. I'm the medic.
Who's the medic?
What was your secret?
I am-
What was your secret to say? Let's go. What
was it?
What was your secret to say?
What?
Just say it.
Who did I save? First round, I saved LD. Second night, I saved Chobra.
Why would you press him to say you saved the second?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think, pressuring is fine, not pressuring is fine. By the time we pressure, it's like, if you're...
I mean, I'm going to say it, because already it looks like I'm being thrown under the truck here. But I saved LD the first time. I knew someone was going to go for the kill on LD. Next time, it was Chopra.
Listen, wait, guys, let's just put it this way. Listen, if this is a next level play, we just get played and we lose. But I honestly think at this point we have to believe it because no one counted.
I'm the medic. Does anyone want to claim medic? Does anyone else claim medic?
But you can't think that far ahead because then that's what we used to. That's what you guys all used to do.
Hey, this is great. This is great.
I think we
might. Can I get a mic? Can I get a mic? This
I
is
think we might-
fantastic because if you are medic, you
I've
can
made two
save our
saves.
cop.
I've saved LD and I saved
You
Chopra.
can
I'm
save
pretty
the
sure
cop.
they went. That's what I'm.
We didn't
but he can save the cop.
We did it before. He just said like I want. You definitely save the. I mean,
No, it's fine.
If he's medic, he saves the cop. We get another read.
I'm going to save the cop this night.
So done.
All right, formal. Who we killing?
Time for a phone. I think we killed Ben. Or
Why?
Merlini.
Wait,
I think we killed Gert.
just one thing before.
He was
Yeah,
so.
no.
Wait.
He's actually right.
What about Captain Shiver? I mean, Shiver had a good defense,
In
but
my
Cap
mind,
hasn't said
it's
anything
him
yet.
or Cap, or maybe Ben, but more likely Shiver. I think these two are the ones I would kill.
I want to hear Cap. I haven't heard anything from him except he said one thing maybe this night.
That's because I didn't really have any strong feelings towards any of the four. I thought it was a relatively good plan. I didn't really go for the whole getting off of the plan. I didn't quite understand that, but I thought he was a little scummy. The reason I haven't really said anything is just because I wanted the day to end.
Okay.
I was actually almost down to vote for anybody among the four. Like
Yes.
I think Ken is towny, but I would have voted on Ken just because I wanted to get more
Why
information.
does Town ever want the day to end?
Because I don't have any more information. I don't think we're
So
going to get
you don't-
any
you
more
don't have any-
information.
you don't have
I
any
think that we're in a
reads
very
between-
good spot right now. I think it's
Formal Cap.
Formal second.
There's
All right.
Do him.
all right.
If
Can
you'd like
I?
to make an accusation before his defense, you can do so.
No, dude, he voted on K-pop, right?
Yeah. But why are we still? I don't get why you're going with that logic. I don't get why you're going with that logic, Ken.
It's decided.
Wait, just let him do
If
his
someone
defense.
who would like, if they'd like to
We
make an
have at
accusation, they
least
can
one.
too.
Just keep that.
It's just it's just that is just so. It's just so anti-Cap. Cap understands this game perfectly well, and to say I just wanted the day to end. Town does not want the day to end. Town always wants to accumulate new information.
To add on to that, as the person who seconded, the fact that you said I don't have any additional information, I don't understand how you could say that because we have now 3 confirmed town. How do you have no input beyond that? I'm completely down to kill him at this point.
All right, Cap can make his last defense, then we'll either go to a vote or the vote will be, or unless they rescind.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Sure. Okay. Whatever.
No, it's Cap's defense.
All right. So if this is the thing, like I get really annoyed. Like I don't usually get annoyed by this, but like you've just been acting like so enraged constantly and like so confident in yourself. If you just let me finish my sentence for once, Alan, you would have at least heard my full reasoning as to why I wanted the day to end. I didn't really think that we were going to get any more information. Like obviously, yeah, when the meta came out, wow, more information, obviously. But before that, I didn't think we were going to get anything. All right. I think that Town is in a very good spot right now. We have a cop who's going to be able to move on, who's going to be able to confirm yet another town, and I'll be able to build more off of that. But that's the reason I haven't said anything.
But why do you this day has been about as successful for Town as a day could be. I felt that Owen's contributions were excellent, and he waited until the very last moment to come out as medic. He's played perfectly. I feel like we've gotten a lot of information out of the full sequence of events that has occurred all day. And so it's just, you're absolutely right. It was a gut reaction that for you to lead with I wanted the day to end seemed so 180 degrees out of character to me.
Yeah, so if I don't have if I think everybody has made a pretty decent defense, except for Ben, because Ben really hasn't talked that much, and I'm still kind of set on him. But if all of this, right, doesn't add up to a clear, like, I want someone, then I want the day to move on in some case, because I think Town's in a great spot.
Would either of you like to rescind your vote?
I'm not rescinding.
No.
All right, Cap, any last statement?
I don't know. Should have stuck with the plan. I'm getting irritated with Mafia, I guess.
All right, we're going to go to a vote. You may or may not have one more formal after this. Heads down. If you'd like to kill off Cap, please raise your hand. Keep your hands up and raise your heads.
5 on 5. 6.
He's not dead. He's not dead.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do we have another one?
There are 6 votes.
But that's
How many do we have left?
It's 11, so
5, 7, 4, or 5.
She doesn't count.
Can I see votes again?
There's 12 alive, but he was.
Yeah, he doesn't count. Yep. So with
So it's 6 to
6
5.
out of 11 votes, Cap is being killed off.
Okay.
Fuck. Can we talk?
No.
There's 12 people.
But not including
Music.
himself. Can we get confirmation? Hold on, heads up.
It's 11. He's 11. He's correct.
There are 12 players and
Only
6
the
voted.
total amount of people.
No, it's
not.
He
doesn't
count.
total amount of people. All right, it doesn't count.
Can we?
That just doesn't make any sense.
No, the
But I'll
accused.
explain-
I thought the
I'll
accused
talk
scored.
to you guys about it after, but
So
it doesn't make any sense.
That's how we've been playing.
I thought the accused didn't count.
The accused.
That's how we've been playing. That's how we've been playing the entire time.
Okay, this is important enough that can we actually go and read the rules?
Yeah, we can discuss
We just
this.
quote the rules.
No, it's too late.
It's how we played every game. It's how we played every game.
Guys, hold on.
We're gonna get a
We
rule
can discuss this
clarification.
afterwards because already we don't know what Cap has heard, so we're just gonna go with the rules.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
have. No, it doesn't matter.
No,
Like, we already played with
yeah,
those rules.
you're
so far.
totally
We'll just
right.
play
You're
with that,
totally
and then we'll
He's
fix it
totally
later.
right.
You're totally
I
right.
know where you're coming from, but then
Yeah.
like we need to play differently.
You're totally
As if they have to.
We've
go.
always played that way.
Yeah. Okay.
You're totally right.
All right. Alan.
All right, with 6 of votes, Cap is dead. Heads down. It is now nighttime. Mafia. Heads up.
Music, please.
One sec.
All right, Mafia, heads up, please.
Who would you like to kill?
Mafia, please decide on your first kill. Mafia, please decide on your second kill. Mafia, heads down. Cop, heads up. Cop, who would you like to save? Sorry, who would like to check? Correction? Cop, heads down. Medic, heads up. Medic, who would you like to save? Medic, heads down. Vigilante, heads up. Would you like to shoot someone? Point if so. Vigilante, heads down. Everyone put your heads up. In the night, Choba was killed.
Who'd you check?
No, I check you.
Why?
Wait.
See thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Look,
not bad.
So
That's not bad at all.
It's actually good because that means that you're good.
Check Ken. Ken
So
is
you
good.
two are definitely
Owen
talented.
is good.
Yep.
So
Just to give the memo, I say rules.
Good.
Yeah, we've got at 4 absolute 100% confirmed town.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we have 4 absolute 100% confirmed town.
So now we need
The
to
lynch
know
on
if
Cap was.
Use the fucking microphones.
I'm not sure the Vigi can credibly come
I
out.
don't think there's a reason for the Vigi to come out because we're
Okay.
gonna invite some fucking fake players.
Okay.
No. I think we should.
There are 6 unconfirmed
Can
towns.
the Vigi credibly come out though?
Yeah, let's see it.
I mean, yeah.
But
I
you
guess
can't
they could
prove
kill
that you're the
someone.
vigilante.
I guess they-
I would
we
like
could-
to. I would.
They have
I
a
would
leader
still.
shot.
I think the Vigi should come out. You're the vigilante.
I'm the Vigi. I'm the vigilante. I've never shot. I
That-
wanted to shoot all day. I've been trying to kill you, Sheever. I've been holding it in with every ounce of my being, but reducing the amount of players seemed like a bad idea. I'm the Vigi. So
That is. I was
great.
I was completely 100% wrong. That's totally credible. You were right.
Yeah.
I have not used a single shot. And tonight, no matter what happens, I can use that shot to kill somebody that you guys think is the Mafia or whatever. Or I could not.
If it's us 3 and Mott and this guy, can't he just shoot one of the other people?
I was just saying, like, can't we just go down the line and win?
Honestly, we just lynch wait.
So we lynch one, we shoot one in the night. What kind of position does that put us in? A good chance of just winning?
What are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One of the
Okay.
five- one of the
1,
five is
2,
gonna
3,
die in the
4,
night,
5. So yeah.
He's gonna die at night.
So-
Also, he like.
If he saves one, we just win.
He's gonna save the cup.
Okay, can I make
He
it?
already did.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
There's no way.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say what.
Don't say
Don't
who
say
saves.
anything, Owen. Don't say anything,
All right.
please.
He's gonna save the cup.
Hang on a
He's
sec,
gonna save the cup.
I really don't want to throw a wrench in the plan, and I know that it's completely stupid, but I'm gonna feel stupid if I never say it. I've never heard a single movement from this kid during the cop phase.
Are you joking?
Wait.
Are you kidding?
He checked Cobra and he died though. Like.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay, so you're good. You're good. All
Let
right.
me just say that.
I just want to make sure that was out there.
He's gonna be alive. He's gonna die. They're gonna kill him. He's gonna save the cop because he didn't save the cop last night. Because that's the smarter play to do. He's gonna live. He's gonna die, and we're gonna have one more check.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
All right, and who do I kill as the vigil?
I don't
Wait,
think
is that true?
Either me,
Shiva, right?
Nahaz, him, Ben,
One of
or
us,
Shiva.
one of us five.
One of us 5.
Preferably not me because I'm town, but
If
if you
you
want
in
to,
fact
we should win
not say
anyways.
Can you just like he did?
Well,
he's
no,
gonna save the cop
he doesn't
tonight.
need to tell us
It
that.
doesn't fucking matter. Why would you
Yeah,
reveal that
it doesn't
information?
matter. I don't think that matters.
Because we're.
No,
He lives through the night.
I don't know, dude.
Think about it, Nahaz.
If
There's
we
no
survive
reason to
tonight,
reveal
we
it.
just
zero
win.
reason to reveal
We should not reveal it.
There's zero reason.
I don't know that that's true.
Ben, what do you think?
Why?
If we go down this path, making a plan, assuming that we get one more check, I don't think we actually need one more check to
It doesn't
win.
even change anything. So
No,
it's
we,
irrelevant.
that's
fine.
exactly.
All right,
Kill Nahaz.
Yes.
No, we definitely should not kill him.
Okay, kill Shiver because
Definitely
you
we should
instantly
not kill
said
Shiver.
kill Nahaz.
We should not kill Shiver either.
What?
Greg and Pimp.
I'm
one of them.
Nahaz. Kill Nahaz.
You know what?
Kill Shiver.
Seriously.
No,
Shiver,
but
I'm town.
Greg had his.
If you guys
Okay,
believe that was
that's-
town
there's
before, I'm
definitely a
still
chance
town
I'm very
now.
wrong.
I promise you I'm town. I'm not Mafia.
I think Ben and Pimp.
That's what I honestly.
Let's just, including me, there should be an ordering assigned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. Can I just decide this? One.
With the microphone. With the microphone.
Okay. 1 Pimp, 2 Ben, 3 Gerg, 4 Nahaz.
If you can give
What about
a
Shiva?
good- If you can give a good.
She's good.
She's not
No.
good. And the
What?
fact that you
Dude,
think
you
that she's
can't
good-
clear Shiva.
Yeah, but how she was clear 'cause you're actually
This is
Mafia.
how you
Why?
lose games that are won.
You have to clear Chobra.
She's
All right,
actually.
fine.
If she's Mafia, we still gonna lose, right?
But I'm not Mafia.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm also not Mafia.
But I think that there is a way.
You're not playing.
Mafia can still win this game. Mafia can still win this game. We cannot.
There's 5
We shouldn't
confirmed.
mislynch. We have a ton
5
of options.
confirmed
but
town.
we should not
5
mislynch.
unconfirmed town. Correct.
Yeah.
Great. We lynched one of the unconfirmed
Yeah,
town,
we just
and
go down
afterwards
each.
it will be 4 versus 4 because obviously
Exactly.
there's going to be one of
The
the
medic has to
unconfirmed
save
town is
one.
going to get one of the confirmed town will die next night.
Okay,
That's
so if we go back
obvious.
to the plan we had last round, don't we kill Pimp or Merlini?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The rest of the order we can decide tomorrow.
Why don't we
Then-
do
then this-
Let me do my shot.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, shoot the
Yeah,
other one.
shoot the
Why
other
don't we
one.
do both of them?
All right, I
We'll
form a
vote
Pimp.
off
Why
Pimp,
not both?
and I'll kill Merlini. I'm dead anyway, and if I'm not dead, you
Doesn't
know that there's
matter.
a
Doesn't matter. I
That's
form a
not even
Pimp.
bucket list of this.
All right.
Can I-
Vote one, and then
Would anyone like to second the
Again,
formal?
I think you're right. I'll second.
All right, formal on Pimp Buckle. Would you guys like to make an accusation, or are we going straight to
The accusation is math.
Defend yourself, Pimp.
Yeah.
You piece of shit. Honestly.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing. You know, just chilling. No, it makes sense. I'm down with the plan. No problem. We're just gonna win. Kill me.
All right, let's
I mean-
kill Merlini.
Kill
and shoot him.
Merlini.
All right, kill Merlini.
Does it
Fine.
matter?
Does it really matter? They're
I
both.
think that works. We should use a Vigi shot too. So instead of 4v4, it'll be 4v3.
What the fuck? That's what we just said.
Yeah, we're saying.
All right, fine, whatever.
Wait,
let's
wait.
go.
Can I just say something here? I want someone to point me out. I might be totally wrong here. I just feel like I'm obviously in a comfortable position where I can make kind of stupid ideas come out, and I'm not going to get shot down. Are we sure that Mort is the cop?
Yes.
Is there how?
Chobra died.
Why not?
Chobra died is like the strongest reason we can get.
Okay. Is it not Mort is Mafia, and then he killed Chobra to make it seem more realistic that he's cop?
It is
Why
possible.
Not?
If Mott is,
He claimed it.
I am willing to lose to that as well.
Mort claimed early on it was a risky play from Mort. It was a risky play from Mort.
After everyone said, okay, I wasn't going to claim it when it was. I wasn't going to claim it because I thought 2 people that got thumbs up was not the right thing. And then every single person here, including like Ken, everybody said if it was 2 thumbs up, then maybe you should probably come out. I don't even know if that's still the right play even now.
There is still a formal on Pimp.
So-
By the way, guys.
That's.
I'm just worried we're gonna get next level by
I
some
understand
bullshit.
Don't second guess
Is there
yourself. No, Owen. We've been second guessing ourselves the entire day. We need to stop doing that. I understand why you're doing it.
All right, you want to say Pimp? Do you have anything else
Owen,
to say?
For the record, I don't like
you've
this
been
shit.
playing extraordinarily well. You may have won this game for town. Just trust yourself.
I don't like.
It just seems
I don't
too
like this.
perfect. It seems too perfect.
I don't like you, buddy.
We are going to a vote. Neither.
For the record, I don't like this fucking guy.
I'm confirmed though.
No, you're not.
Confirm
I think these two are.
Wait, everyone put your head or not? I'm confirmed.
We are going to.
Everyone, put your heads
Hey,
down.
shoot Ben. Shoot Ben. Thank you.
If you would like to kill a Pimp, please raise your hand. Everybody, heads up, keep your hands up. Everyone has voted except for Owen. Pimp is dead.
Vive le plan.
It is now nighttime. Take this from you.
Music, please.
Mafia, heads up. Mafia, who would you like to kill? Mafia, who would you like to kill second? Mafia, heads down. Cop, heads up. Cop, who would you like to check? Cop, heads down. Medic, heads up. Medic, who'd you like to save? Medic, heads down. Vigilante, heads up. Vigilante, point if you'd like to shoot someone. Vigilante, heads down. Everybody wake up. During the night, Ben as well as Owen died and the town has won.
Yes! Woo! I am so fucking proud of you.
Me, Pimp, and K-pop.
I fucking knew it!
Wow!
Wow!
Get
fucked!
Finally!
I'm a genius! I was so right! You cheater! My bad. My bad. Oh my god! It's okay. I knew it was his. You guys! Get to the couch! Mont and Owen.
Yeah, I think they just tuned in.
Yeah,
as you were going, fuck.
My bad. I was talking
Thanks.
about
Fantastic hosting, Conrad.
Yeah, he was actually trash talking someone else on this couch. But
No, I mean, I think we can't trash talk anybody that's sitting here. Everybody had
That's
fantastic
true.
plays this past game.
Yeah, well, these guys as well.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
I mean,
so-
I want to start with Owen because he keeps saying like the only thing I did was save
I
LD.
think that's the only thing I did that was good. Save LD first
Nah,
round.
No,
What
I
else?
Think, no, I think your timing and like your way of
My
revealing
reads
that you
were
medic-
totally off.
No, they were.
I was
Trust
shit in
me.
the day,
your
great at
arguments
night.
and like your
People
argument
don't
that you
realize.
didn't get why that
striking
boat
on
was
the on the
like
couch.
you were a very bad town. But
I was awful town.
But I think how long you waited, and then before like
Yeah,
anyone was,
I wanted to wait
and then
until
in the last formal, you didn't wait until the last line. You waited right before everyone was like really convinced one way or the other, and you said, "I'm medic. This is it. This is it." And you didn't get flustered when people pressure you for your sequence. And I mean, I think it was just really good timing. And that's you say that well, I had to, but it's sometimes really hard to pull off.
Yeah, it worked out. It was a hard game. I think so. The Free Mafia were Pimp, K-pop,
yeah.
and
Merlini.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was always going to be a hard game for the town because Ben played the same as he always did. It was always going to be hard for us to draw, kind of focus on him. I think Pimp, even though you were playing more quiet, it kind of worked out for you. Like there was suspicions raised against you.
I mean, Slacks was on my case, but I don't.
Yeah,
like,
people
I
kind of
wouldn't
got
have played
your case.
otherwise.
But
even
you
though
played it
I-
very chill. You never really kind of got too aggravated that it kind of led to anything
Actually,
more.
surprisingly enough,
until the end.
I thought Slacks was going to shoot you the night
Yeah.
before because he was Vigi.
Oh, he was Vigi. Who
And
did
I
he-
and
he
I
didn't
actually
shoot?
thought he shot Merlini right at the end.
Yeah. So
that's
the
what
game-
happened.
That's
Okay,
why
I'm
the
sorry, I
game ended
missed the-
immediately.
yeah.
But I was actually surprised he didn't shoot you the night before because he was like really convinced on you. He had that bullet.
Which was wrong though, like in hindsight, because
Yeah.
I was actually playing differently because I only actually play aggressive when there's no one else.
No, it's true, but it's like but I actually thought you were dead that night. And then
sure.
and then Ben, I don't know what was going to happen to him, but I don't think he was going to be able to pull it through for the final.
The one thing we
rounds.
could never recover actually from the first K-pop acquisition because I threw the game
Yeah.
right there because I wanted to have
He did.
K-pop alive.
Yeah.
And the second K-pop got really hardly pressured. Chobra was going ham, right? Chobra was on his case, and then I tried to save K-pop, and then
I believe you were telling me like
So
you were getting a
I
read
was
off
so
of that.
ready on Pimp because if you guys, I don't know if you heard Pimp's line, but I think the stand mic picked it up. Was I kept pressuring KP, and at the last line I asked was, why did she get upset when Slacks accused Pimp? And before Pimp said any defense, or before KP said anything, Pimp's like, because we're running out of time. And I was like, that doesn't even
K-pop
make
was so
sense.
pressured, I
and
had
then,
to
and then
try it.
KP's defense wasn't even that. And I was like, okay, that's like that's the biggest alignment I've ever seen.
It was definitely rough. I felt like the Mafia weren't all on the same page in this game, and
I mean, KP and you, I think, both rushed too early to defend each other, in all honesty.
I wanted to keep the kill power alive at all costs.
yeah,
I think,
that's actually a good play I think as well, especially in that situation
'Cause
where it's very risky, and Merlini is like a very heavy target, just kind of being that silent.
Yeah.
But then you guys ended up being a little bit too much, and then it got you in the end.
I mean, Ben and me tried to salvage as good as it got.
Can I ask on the night, why did you not, when I believe it was when I was revealed as medic, Mort was revealed as cop, why did you kill Chobra
This is a really
rather than
good
one of
play.
those two?
Yeah, it's
Well,
a beautiful
can you explain that?
Because Chobra is the only one who would actually go super ham on me.
Okay.
Because if you think
I
about,
was ready.
like Chobra had me right, and
Chobra's
I
drugs.
knew he had me because he's a smart fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like if I misplay
Yeah, that's why I thought
on
it
trying
was
to
warrant
save
to save, yeah.
K-pop, he's on the
100%.
case, right?
Yeah, I was ready. I was actually in my head. I was like, you know what?
Chobra
As soon as we
strikes
wake
again.
up, I was just gonna formal Pimp. Just gonna be like, I'm gonna formal Pimp, and here's my evidence.
Yeah.
And then I got my head up, and the guys looks at me. He's like, Chobra dead. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too is that while you might be medic and you have the ability to save people, you weren't exactly on the same page as a lot of the
Also,
other.
I was on a totally different
Right,
page of
and-
town.
and-
I had
and-
3 people in my mind for the whole game that were perfectly town, perfectly normal. I mean, I can understand why everyone was a bit pissed off with me and wanted to kill me because I was fucking accusing everyone that wasn't worth accusing.
Exactly,
But,
and then actually coming back to that,
Yeah.
it's like that actually can see more confusion within the town as well. Right, but all you have the ability to do is maybe save somebody
Yeah.
tonight, or they just kill you the next night, and now you're saving.
Yeah,
nobody.
exactly.
I was surprised. I thought you guys would kill me. I think it was 2 nights I lived after it. And
No, I definitely
Oh,
think you
it's
guys
fine.
definitely caught on that Chobra was gonna go hit.
I mean, I think that was the only way they would
I
have
did
won.
clear you.
You always
I,
wanted
was,
to guess.
I mean, yeah. I guess there's no point.
So there
in
is,
terms
yeah.
of
I thought
backing.
if anyone can actually convince some other people to
Then
not
it's
kill
worth
me because
keeping
you were
you
in the
alive.
initial circle of 4 people.
So
that Ken
I
wanted
was
to kill
great for the
instantly.
Mafia.
So I was like, yeah, Owen is gonna stay alive. Let's kill the Chobra because until the Chobra strikes again, I want to live a bit.
So that's
right?
the medic play. You reveal that
The
you're
Chobra only
medic,
strikes
but you,
once per
you
game,
know
we
you
found
support
out.
the Mafia,
He only has
and
one
then the
bang.
Mafia keep the medic alive. I mean,
Yeah, but
Well, it's out.
I was just really scared of snakes. So
fair enough. I'll take it as a compliment.
No,
I
it
hate
definitely
snakes, by
is.
the way, but like,
I mean,
here I am.
The meme is made, my friend. You
No,
know,
I mean,
no changing that.
I think it was a really enjoyable game. A lot of things happened, but I think, like you said, you guys surviving through that first night was, or sorry, not being able to keep the KP during that first night
That
was
was
a little
big.
bit rough, you know. So
Yeah.
losing that kill power immediately set the tempo for the game. Usually, when Mafia, I feel, does not get that first or loses that first KP immediately, it's really, really hard game from there.
Yeah.
But I thought you guys did a good job afterwards, like trying to make it interesting and keep yourselves alive amongst each other.
Also, I want to point out that Travis as cop played perfectly fine.
Yes.
He checked two people who would actually be alive, and this was the only reason where I couldn't like play any dumb shit. Because in a case where logic defines the game, right? Because if you do A and then do B and then do C and then do E, you're gonna win. Period. End of story. This is my play usually, right? I always try to count things. I always try to make the logic happen, right?
And then
I can't.
this
go
power roll
against
just
it.
shuts you down
Like,
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. When Hotbit came out, he was like, "Okay, this is the plan. We're gonna kill 5 people. We're gonna survive. If we have a Vigi shot still left." I was like, "All right, mathematically they won. I cannot say anything against this." I tried to like hop on the Owen train because Owen was like, "Well, maybe Mod is actually not. Maybe he's."
I mean, at the end, I nearly threw it all. I was like, "Hey guys, let's."
But it's so
maybe he's lying.
The biggest thing is also you've already lost your chance to be able to fake claim a role,
Yep,
right?
definitely.
And that's the other thing.
I mean, did that pass your mind
There
when
was too
Mort
much that
claimed
was
cop?
revealed.
Did you think I
thought
should
about
come
it.
out as cop?
Did Slacks ever actually come out?
At the
No,
end, he did.
At the end. At
He
the
said he was
last-
Vigi.
At the last day.
Oh, the last day. Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, that's right.
But I
So
couldn't
was
come out
curious.
because all the power rolls were still alive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
even
they
if I
were.
come
Yeah.
out, you just kill twice.
That
and
was
then
losing the kill power on the first night and then having all the power rolls alive
Yep.
afterwards was
It was a
really
hard
tough.
game
find a
for
power
Mafia.
roll.
I'm not gonna lie though, so I think one important thing is I actually almost also threw because when Mock came out, and then he pointed me and Fosh like I was sure I was town, and then I realized everyone else was pretty sure I was town. I was like, what if Mott is Mafia?
That's what
and
I
he's
thought at that
protecting
point.
Fosh?
That's what I thought.
And I was like, that's like the
I
perfect
was like,
plan.
hang on, Mort,
So
Ken,
I
Fosh.
started
Could be a
Fosh, like,
group.
the whole game because I was like, if this and
I-
Mott,
you're like-
if
you're
this
like,
happens, like, I'm done. But then at some point I was like, you know what? If that's his play, like I'll lose to it.
Yeah, I was
and
just
you
like-
have to do
Yeah,
that.
it could have been a
As
really
otherwise you
next
might
level
get
And those
play.
are like the high risk, high reward plays you have to do as Mafia. You
Yeah.
know, without, especially when you might be in a tough spot, potentially if K-pop was Mafia with Mod or something like that. That is a play that you can do, and you can get a huge advantage of it.
Yeah.
We saw yesterday with Flash, when she did it, perfect
It's
timing,
a-
perfect play, and like literally won the game for her right there.
The problem is we for example couldn't do it because Kevin was already dead.
Yeah.
There was no role reveal because no one from the roles got actually pressured enough.
Exactly.
The only townies who got pressured a lot were Nahas.
Yeah.
Mostly, and then
Yeah, Nahas
anyone
got
else like
pressured.
Owen got a bit pressured. But
I
you
got
didn't really
pressured
need
quite a
to-
bit.
Yeah, but you didn't need to reveal. You played this very
you
well.
kept your cool, and you
Yeah.
actually didn't have to
So
say
we
anything.
didn't
Yeah, I was
even
able to
have a chance.
divert it
very-
quite
yeah,
a few
you were
times.
able to,
and then,
yeah, snuff it out the first time.
Actually, that's something I want to see Mafia do more here is actually end up pressuring to the point. Like, if you see somebody that's kind of looking a little shifty and you're like, you're obviously Mafia.
Get them to reveal their role
You
early.
pressure them. You're
I
like,
agree.
oh, my bad, bro. I thought you were Mafia, right? And then it's like, now they've revealed. And when you reveal a role to everybody in the town, it's a
It's-
huge
yeah.
negative to town. Because then Mafia knows at least one
And then
role.
no one's going to think that you were the Mafia
Yeah,
that
and
necessarily
I mean,
proved it, because
something I
Mafia's going to kill them regardless.
Exactly.
You
And
know, whoever
something else
proved
I want to see
Yeah.
town do is actually do more fake rolling. Like,
Yeah,
which is
I
a
agree.
risky play as a town.
Have we had any fake claiming?
Well, no,
one's done any.
not
as a
fake
town,
claiming.
no.
What you do is you play like a role, or you play so differently
Oh,
that
yeah.
you tank the shot for
Yep.
like somebody who's actually a town power role.
That's not a bad idea.
Uh-oh.
But then that
what
can,
have I seeded into
But that
his
surely
mind?
that can screw up though if like the
boys.
town's not on board and then the real one
Yeah,
comes
I mean,
out thinking you're trying to steal their role.
So I think about
They've
the
got to
game-
know that you're kind of tanking a bullet for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's thinking like yesterday's game. I mean, that could also be another meta that you could break down that you could do as Mafia. Whoa! But like, so I was thinking about the game the other day when I was Cobb, and I was going really hard in, and that was the only. It's the only day I've actually played in this. In this entire series of games that we've played, and because I went too hard, I thought maybe they might not think I was a power role because of that. But also, nobody else was leading town enough that I was the obvious kill that night, and so. Yeah, if we have more people trying to play more leadershipy, more power role-esque looking, we could see some interesting games come out of the next few ones.
The problem is with that, the parity cop is actually pretty hard to claim because you have to have your whole sequence of parities already like line up in your head. Because the instant you claim this, someone's going to be, give the sequence right now.
I have that started before I even start the
I
game.
mean, hell yeah.
Yeah, I sit down and I'm
whether I am town or Mafia.
But it's not as easy as just
No,
spamming an actual normal cop, right?
Of course,
It's
and
like,
especially
I
when
think
you're
this
not
is
actually doing it.
Yeah.
You know, fake claiming makes it's tough. It's really
I mean,
tough.
it's
And
a
cop
high
is-
risk, high reward on
Cop
both
is by far the hardest one to do. Medic, you can kind of just go, I saved blank and blank, and if nobody actually, if you got one, say somebody was killed, and the medic was killed, like, and you said I saved one of your Mafia members, that person is clear for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But then then it comes down to, you know, when Mafia finds out, you know, oh, we can't kill them, right? So there's going to be a couple more interesting games. We have a whole at least one, maybe
How many more
two
games
more
have we got
games
today?
We might have one more today,
This
I
is
think.
third game.
It's half full.
I think we got one or two more games today.
But yeah, mate. Yeah,
and
probably.
then on top
maybe
of that,
two,
we'll
maybe
have
two.
a whole bunch slew of games tomorrow.
And we've got the
Also,
BTS challenge
The
today.
BTS
Oh.
challenge will be happening
yeah.
later tonight.
Oh.
I actually don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is.
I've
but
heard
I've
heard some
told-
rumors.
I've been
It's
told
gonna
not
be
to
good.
reveal it to anybody in the public, so be sure to
Ooh.
tune in after all the Mafia action
It's
today
gonna
for
be
the
messy.
BTS challenge. I guess we're going to go to a break. I don't know if actually anybody's sitting at the board, but I'm really excited to see the next game. I hopefully will play
there
the
is
next
someone.
game.
Yeah.
And maybe live past Night Zero.
And maybe fake claim.
Maybe fake claim. Maybe
Yeah.
not
Watch
even
out
be
for
Mafia
that.
at all.
Watch
Maybe
out for that.
maybe
I mean,
I'll
Chet
just,
knows.
You know, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Be sure to follow us at The Town GG for all the updates on all the action here today. You're gonna see a lot of fun stuff coming out of these Mafia players.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we'll see how the next few games go, and hopefully you'll tune in for those as well. So we'll catch you later, and Game 5 coming up soon.